Are you still confused which cadre you should go for? Then you are not alone. Every year, many aspirants have confusion regarding the selection of their cadre because this is the thing which can't be changed later. So, have you filled the cadre correct? So, hi everyone, myself Dr. Diksha Agarwal welcomes you all in your UPSC CMS journey. Today, I would be covering the most common and the most important doubt that which cadre you should go for. But wait, ma'am, I have to already chosen my cadre and submitted the form. Can I change it now? Then yes, you can change it in the upcoming edit window, which would be open only for 3 to 4 days, for which you should be aware. And if you have already filled the cadre, then also this video is important for you, because if you have chosen the wrong cadre before knowing the pros and cons, which I will be covering today, then you have one last chance. As you can see on the screen, we have 4 cadres. One is railway, one is CGHS, one is MCD, and one is NDMC. So which cadre will suit you? Like if you want to do PG in future, then which cadre is best for you? If you're already a postgraduate, then which cadre you should go for? If you want to use sponsorship quota for post-graduation, what do you mean by sponsorship quota? Sponsorship quota is like you have worked for any of the cadre for 3 years, and after 3 years, if you want to do post-graduation, suppose in radio diagnosis, then in the prime institute like AIMS and all, you will be having a sponsorship quota reserved for you, which you can do the PG in your preferred choices. So you can use, so sponsorship quota will help you there. Then if you want the job in your hometown, if you want to settle in the metro city, if you want to quit job, or if you're colorblind, then which cadre is best for you? So I would be covering each and every topic in this video, so stay with me till the end, because once filled can't be changed later, as you all know. So while you was filling the form, there was one window open where they were asking about you the first preference. You are having two options, category 1 and category 2. Do you know what is category 1 and category 2 means? So category 2 means you have railways, MCD and NDMC in it, while category 1 means CGHS. So here if you are choosing CGHS as a first preference, then you have to choose category 1 here. And if you are choosing other three, railway, MCD or NDMC as your first preference, then you have to choose category 2 here. Then among them, you have to give them 1, 2, 3. So if you are choosing CGHS as a first category, then also in category 2, you have to start from 1. It would not be starting from 2, 3 or 4, because you have already chosen your first preference here. That would be considered. Here you have to give the order 1, 2, 3 and here 1. Suppose if you are choosing railway as 1, then also 1, 2, 3, then you can again you have to give your order as 1 here. Okay. Now, what are the common queries? If chosen category 1 but can't get it due to rank, will I be eligible for category 2 or disqualified? You would be eligible for category 2 if you are not getting the CGHS which you have marked as a first preference. Then you would be getting railway, MCD or NDMC. You would not be disqualified. Second is, ma'am, I have filled out the cadre choices and submitted the form. Any option to change them now? Yes, you have an option. Wait for the edit window. You can correct it. Okay, so let's start with all the cadres in detail. Before starting, let me conclude you that no matter what cadre you choose, three things are going to be same in all the three cadres. One is promotions, one is study leave, and one is salary. There would not be difference in the salary, in the promotions, and in the study leave in all the. So let's start with the first cadre, that is CGHS or the CHS. Is CGHS and CHS different? Yes. But in what terms? CHS is Central Health Service. It includes only 3 hospitals under it, that is Safdarganj, Lady Harding, RML. Can you believe it that after getting selection in UPSC CMS, you would be working in these prime hospitals, which if you join after post-graduation, and you would be applying for an AP seat, which is next to impossible to get into. But through this, if you have completed a post-graduation or you would be preparing for post-graduation, and if you are working as a postgraduate in these hospitals, then you would be working in these prime hospitals as an AP. So don't miss this chance. Next, in CGHS, why it is different? These 3 hospitals so included. Other than that, you would be having parliament duties, dispensary duties and VIP duties. That means if you're joining as an MBBS, then you would be working in all these 3 places, while if you join as a postgraduate, then you would be working in these prime hospitals. Okay ma'am, so where can be posting? Like we have heard that if I choose CGHS, then I would post it in Delhi only. No, it's not true. In any metro city, you could be posted. So if you are planning for if you're planning to live in metro city in future, then you should definitely prefer this choice. Next is, ma'am, do we get any type of leave in this, as it's a government job? Then yes, you have maternity leave, child care leave, and all other leaves, medical leave and all is included in this. So there would not be any shortage of getting leaves in this profession. Next is, ma'am, how many work hours I have to work for? Then it's 9 to 2 if you're working in dispensary, or if you're working in hospital, then it's 9 to 4. After that, you would be having no emergency duties. Then, ma'am, what is the probation period? First, understand what is probation period. Now, probation period is something like if you have cleared the exam and joined the duty, but you would not be considered permanent until and unless you serve them for the 2 years. After serving for 2 years, you would be posted as a permanent. So 2 years there would be a probation period. And what is the resign policy? Reason you do not want to continue this job and want to leave in between, then you have to just give them a 1 month prior notice that I'm thinking of resigning this job. So that's more than enough. Like if you have getting the salary through whole year and now suddenly you think of resigning the job, then you don't have to return any kind of salary received from them. You just have to serve them 1 month extra before informing them that you are planning to quit. That's more than enough. No salary would be withdrawn back from you. Ma'am, how many emergency duties would be there? There would be no emergency duties, and there is Saturday and Sunday off. So, in short, if I want to summarize CGHS and CHS, then it's a very, very good cadre if you want to work in these prime hospitals, or if you want to live in metro city, or if you are joining after post graduation. This cadre is the must go. Or if you are thinking of you are MBBS, and if you are thinking of that you want some time to study for post graduation, if you want to prepare for NEET PG exam and you want the quality time to study, then also this cadre is best for you. You should definitely go for CGHS. Okay, so next is, let's start with the railway cadre. What are the pros and cons for railway? Every cadre has some advantage, every cadre has some disadvantage. So what are the advantages for the railway cadre? For railway cadre, the most important advantage is additional DNB quota. Let me explain you how. Okay, so what is additional DNB quota? Suppose you have decided that if you get a chance to post graduation, then you will do only post graduation in radio diagnosis or the medicine branch. If you use this additional DNB quota, then you will be definitely getting your dream branch, which you can pursue your PG in it. But it is DNB quota, so you would not be getting an MD seat, you would be getting a DNB seat, but in a very good colleges with your branches. So it's a must go option if you're planning to do post graduation with a particular branch of choice. In that case, railway is the first choice you should go for. Okay, so next advantage is railway pass. What happens in railway pass is, as you all know, that if you're thinking of planning to visit some place else, then railway would provide you pass for you and your family both. You would be residing in railway colony residency. Like if you go for any other cadre, then you would be hiring a flat for you. But in railway, you get a railway campus, you get a colony. It's very beautiful. So that's a pros which is not with any other cadre. Next is probation period. In all the three cadres, the probation period is of 2 years, but for railway it is only of 1 year, which matters the most. After serving them for 1 year, your job is permanent. If there are advantages, then there are disadvantages. In fact, I would say disadvantages are more with railway as compared to the advantages. Let's see what are those. First and the most important is bond for resignation. In other cadres, if you want to quit your job in between, 1 month prior notice is more than enough. But in railways, you have to serve them for at least 1 year before resigning. Due to any reason, you have decided that you can't continue anymore, then be prepared to return them all the salary which you have got in that 1 year. If the workplace would be far from city, you should take that in consideration. Next is job timing. Compared to the other three cadres, the job timing of railways the most, like you would be working from 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, and in railways you would be having emergency duties, and there are frequent transfers. No matter you want the transfer or not, you have to face the transfer. It's not fixed that whole life you would be residing at this one place. Any moment you can have the transfer. I would recommend railway as a choice only and only when you want to use the DNB sponsorship quota. This is the only merit to go for railway. And the second you should go for railway, suppose you have not decided yet in which city you want to settle in your future. Suppose if you are a girl and you are unmarried, but in future you would be marrying to some guy which it's yet not decided where he would be residing. And if you go for MCD and NDMC, then you cannot leave Delhi. In CGHS, that should be metro city. but it's not compulsory. You would get to live in metro city or Delhi for whole life in your future. If uncertainty is there where you should be residing your whole life, then railway should be a first preference, because what happens is, even if you get selected, then also you have to quit the job, because as you can't live Delhi your whole life. So in that case, please choose railway as a first preference, because in that case you can get the transfer in the city you want to live in. Next cadre we would be talking about is NDMC. NDMC, how it is different from all other cadres is, I should be talking about disadvantages first. The first disadvantage is vacancy. You would be hardly getting vacancy, either 1, 2 or 3, but it's fixed that it would be always less than 5. So getting NDMC as a cadre is a very, very rare chances. So this is a disadvantage. And the second thing is again probation period. Probation period for NDMC is of 2 years. Then what are the advantages? Advantages is that you would be living in Delhi your whole life, and resignation policy is again simple, like you just have to give them a 1 month prior notice and you can quit your job without paying any penalty. Then ma'am, where I would be posting in Delhi? If you are MBBS, you would be working in dispensary and maternity center, but if you are joining as a postgraduate, then you would be working in Charak Palika Hospital. Okay, so last cadre is Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Let's discuss its advantage and disadvantage. Again, I'll talk about the disadvantage first. The most important disadvantage is salary. They are not going to provide you the salary on time, especially when you are a new joinee. You would be getting your first salary maybe after 4 months or 5 months of serving. This is the biggest disadvantage. Other than that, it's cool. But if you're joining and if you're not getting your salary 1 to 3 months, don't lose hope. Just wait for 4-5 months. Once they start giving you salary, then it's continuous. You just have to wait for starting 4-5 months. Next is probation period. Probation period is of 2 years. And what are the advantages? Again, it's in Delhi. Resignation policy would be giving a 1 month prior notice, and the job timing is cool. It's either 9 to 2 or 9 to 3, depends on your working place. What are your postings? If you're joining as an MBBS, you would be working in dispensary and maternity center. But if you're joining as a postgraduate, then you would be working in Hindu Rai. So far we have discussed about all the 4 cadres. Now according to your doubts, let's choose which cadre prefer you the most. So the first doubt is, ma'am, I'm already a postgraduate. Which cadre I should go for? If you're already a postgraduate, then your first preference should be CGHS, then it should be NDMC, then it should be MCD, and the last should be railways. Ma'am, I want to metro city. If you want to live in the metro city, then also order of preference is same. I want Delhi only. In Delhi only, your preference should be NDMC, MCD, CGHS, and then railways. Ma'am, I want to do PG and UPSC at the same time. What does this mean? This year, as you all know, that NEET PG and UPSC CMS are having only a difference of 1 month. And there are very high chances you get your selection done in both the exams, and you don't want to leave any one thing. You want to go for both. Then in that case, which cadre will allow you to pursue your post graduation and join your job back? In that case, your preference should be CGHS, then railways, then NDMC, and last should be MCD. Ma'am, I want to prepare for PG. For that, I would be needing quality time to study. In that case, you should go for CGHS, then NDMC, then MCD, and last should be the railway. Ma'am, I want to change city in future. As I have discussed earlier, like you have not yet decided in which city you would be residing, you should have an option open so that you can get a transfer in that place. In that case, your order of preference should be railway, then CGHS, then NDMC, and last should be MCD. Want to join and settle as MBBS? In that case, which is best for you? Then you should go for CGHS, then you should go for NDMC, then MCD, and last should be railways. Want to use a sponsorship quota? If you want to use a sponsorship quota, that is most easily given by railway, then you should go for CGHS, then you should go for NDMC, and the last you should go for MCD. And one thing I missed here is that is about the colorblind. If you are colorblind, then your order preference is same like this. I have summarized all the pros and cons of each cadre. If you have submitted the form, then please wait for the edit window and change your cadre. And if you have not submitted the form, then choose the cadre according to the pros and cons which I have discussed, because edit window is the last time you can change. Other than that, you would not be able to change your cadre in future. And the other query people ask is, ma'am, can we change it to CGHS after selection? No, then it's not at all possible. So please fill your cadre accordingly, going through all the pros and cons. So all the best, keep studying. If you have any doubt, you can message me on my Instagram, Telegram, or you can drop your message below. I hope you like the video. Do subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.